Hi, this is Bobby Klein. I'm the translator and the interpreter of the I Ching. This is a New Earth I Ching, easy to understand, easy to put to use. It's an oracle, 3,000 years of wisdom wrapped up in this. So sit back, take a breath. If you've got a question in your mind, ask it. If not, just hang in and you'll get some answers. And that's what this is all about. The I Ching, they say, is the book of change, and it is, but it's also the book of answers. All right. Tune in. Drop in. You're home. Yeah. You're home. Caring for the soul. I hear a voice of wisdom. Stay out of the fray. Hey, man. Man, I say it all the time. I mean everybody when I say, hey, man, you know. Don't mean it to sound like I'm just saying to the guys. Speaking to everybody with that term, you know, hey, man, kind of stays with you. But, hey, man, you know, I wrote the haiku for today, the caring for the soul. I hear a voice of wisdom, stay out of the fray, because, you know, I usually read 3 or 4 different news sources, not Facebook, but newspapers. And it's just about how broken the world is and how difficult it is and how it's so hard to make decisions about, you know, well, what do you do? Do you cross that line? Do you stay here? Do you go there? Do you say no? Do you say okay? Do you say I'm afraid? It's all right. You know, all of it's okay. You're not going to make any mistake because if you're doing it, you just do it from your own love and your own intuition, right? And that's part of what caring for the soul is. Caring for the soul is just come to silence, you know. Hear the voice of wisdom and stay out of the fray. As you know, I do not plan on the section of the I Ching that I do every week, the translation I do every week. And I just cast the coins before I record, and then I get what's up. So, you know, in light of my haiku, of course, the I Ching and its wisdom gave me some really something for us to chew on, right? So this is what we're chewing on today. Get ready, get your choppers ready to hear this, you know. It's number 50. It's ding, and it translates as the sacred vessel. All right, well, let's just look at that. Here it's describing an actual, not a virtual vessel, right? And first, I teach that the body and the etheric body is the sacred vessel, that we are sacred, and that anything outside of what is sacred is a problem, you know? It's profane. So the difference of the sacred and the profane, you know, to look at, you know, the Bible story where Christ threw the moneylenders out of the temple because it was profane, right? So he wanted to keep it on that particular vibration, right? Sacred vibration. So we're entering into that. So I want y'all to feel yourself and understand you are sacred. And where you are right now, make it sacred space as you listen, as we do when we meditate or we sit at our altar, our other altars, our virtual altars. The space becomes our sacred space. It might be your house, your apartment, a room, by the trees outside. Okay. So just let's take a little walk in the forest and together and listen. And use our listening to hear the waters, birds. Somehow somebody brought a piano into the forest. Good idea. The sacred vessel. I Ching tells us the cauldron is on the fire. Okay, we're cooking it. Got it? We're cooking it today, and then we're going to eat it. And that's right, we're going to eat the wisdom. In the cauldron are all your ways and all your means. Right? This is all your patterns. All the way you do things, all of it. Imagine, on the cauldron is the way is filled with everything you do, right? It's filled with everything you say, everyone you love. It's your cauldron, right? It is all of your ways. It's all the way that you deal with situations. It's all the ways that you think. It's all the things that you discard. Everything, it's there. Now, discard things, they never really go away, but we have to say, okay, I'd rather keep them cooking in the cauldron, because what happens in the cauldron is transformation. So you tend this fire carefully, lest you overcook the brew of transformation. So we're cooking, but we don't want to overcook it. What does that mean? It means that the heat that we're feeling right now in our bodies, in our changes, in our minds, is soul work, coming from deep in the soul. A heat like this, our body is hot, our head is hot, our belly is hot, is generated when initiation is near. So think about it. I Ching says we're all coming to a time of initiation in our life. What does that mean? It means that you're prepared to enter into the sacred place, right? All right. Thing is called, you're told in no uncertain ways that you've done well. That now you have this grand opportunity in front of you. It is the opportunity to combine love, spirit, and fate into an elixir that, when used judiciously, will guide you to the gates of your solitude. Oh, yeah. Where is that? At the gates of our solitude is where peace of mind is, success, abundance. All the stuff on your life path is there, right? You're reading or you're listening, you've called for this sacred vessel to be placed at your feet. And it's here. Here's where you deposit your doubts, your fears, your lack of surety, all to be transformed, to be cooked, if you will, and seen for what they truly are, and what they mean in your life, and how this energy can be transformed, and how it can be made useful. Feel that. So consider this. We have a brew boiling in front of us. Let that come and purify your heart. Think about it, purifying your heart, making way for the soul to come into balance. That puts you in the feeling of being sacred. What is sacredity? Is there a word like that? From this place, everything is possible because you need only to take the risk. You have chosen with the understanding that no matter what happens, what you're doing, it is the right action that you're doing at the right time, okay? You must accept. Well, you don't must do anything, but you're benefiting by accepting that you are in the right place at the right time, and that this process is being laid in front of you, this initiatory process that's coming. It's no small deal. It's here at the right time, right? It's here, and you are where you are because of the work that you've done. You might say, oh, I'm lazy, I haven't done any work. Hey, you know what? You still have. Are you alive? Have you woken up every morning? Have you intercourse with friends and all that? Of course. You're ready, because in your way, you're on the initiatory pathway. And what happens here? You receive guidance from inner wisdom. See, it's all with you. It's not outside yourself. And the spirit of this opens up what I look at as a crystal prism inside of us that's part of our inner wisdom. So you can match the frequencies and bring all into harmonious alignment with your authentic self. Okay, we've all seen pictures or images of the brain. Right in the center of the brain is a little teeny organ, but it's so powerful. It is the pineal gland. The pineal gland is where serotonin is produced, your mood cycles. It's where melatonin is produced, which is a lot of things. It's also your sleep-wake cycles. And it's also where DMT, your own dimethyltryptamine, the stuff that comes out of mushrooms and psychedelics. And we have that in ourselves. So take a breath. If you're in a situation where you can close your eyes, and see a crystal prism at the very center of your brain, illuminating the brain and the pineal gland and the little gland under it, the pituitary gland. So let's get that. We're opening up the third eye, just in case you want to know. So see that beautiful crystal prism in there. So what you're doing is you're aligning frequencies to bring everything in alignment with your authentic self, because you're it. You got it? Your authentic self is perfect. All the finite aspects of your being, they've been maturing. See, I told you, it's not like, you say, oh, I'm not doing nothing, I'm lazy, I don't, it's none of that stuff. You've been maturing, whatever age you are. And this maturation, this is the fuel to feed the fire, right? That's the fire that is heating this vessel, the vessel that is beginning your transformation through initiation. You see, it's happening. And by recognizing it, it comes about and it happens. You see, it's bringing some inner knowing and some understanding to this vital place of alchemical action. This is the alchemical journey. This is metaphysics. You got it? Metaphysics. Okay. All right, here we are with the Western mind, most of us. That has difficulty with the idea of bringing harmony with the root and flow of cosmic energies and powers necessary for advancement spiritually and emotionally. The concept of sacrifice with the acceptance of what is fated is difficult for the Western mind to wrap its head around. But nothing less than sacrifice is what's being called for at this time. Look, your work, you've called for this, right? It's from your very essence, your very soul. You've been calling for this. So bring up to the front your true warrior spirit. You are the spirit warrior, right? And be there on the front lines with a peaceful mind and a pure heart. And here you will be transformed. And there will be understanding of this place that you're in, that through personal transformation will open the galactic door of all sentient beings. Okay, that's a big journey, man. The galactic door. What does that mean? It just means opening up to the universe, the power of the universe, It's called a lot of things. It's called listening, and it's called, knowing yourself and knowing your truth. But here they do have the opportunity. And in that is the idea of a new age, of a new golden earth, the new earth. Okay, so why do I think this came up now? I think it has something to do with what's going on in the world. I said at the beginning that we're looking at a world, so many things are broken. But what happens when one thing dies, another is beginning to be born. And I believe through us, our work, and our thoughts and changes and initiation, if you will, we're going to make a new earth. I mean, we are doing it. We're doing it. There are communities, tribes, people, individuals. Use your power, right? You can use your power to change the world. And you don't have to be a celebrity. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're a businessman. Maybe you're in school. But dedicate yourself to making the earth a better place. And as you travel with your fellow pilgrims in this game of cosmic tag, you're it. And in truth, you always were it. But because of the mask that you were cajoled by society into wearing, you didn't know it. Now you do, right? You were wearing the mask to get by. You were fronting. But now you're there. There's no going back, you see, because the vessel that's happening, now that it's cooking, what does it dispense? What is the brew? What is the stew? It's wisdom and prophecy. And you can be the recipient of this wisdom. Or you may have approached this vessel with questions on moving forward. Both positions are correct. And tell of great abundance and will remain steady for a while. You see, what happens is we come to times like this, it opens up a window of opportunity, and it's beautiful, but it doesn't stay open for all time. So, if you're taking too much time to prepare, then it closes. You got to wait for the next opportunity. During these times, prepare for times of want with sacrifice in times of plenty. Got it? Prepare for times of want with sacrifice in times of plenty. I mean, helping that you could, with your energy, keeping energy in balance. You're sharing your bounty. That's part of this thing. And your bounty could be money. Your bounty could be, your position in the world. Your bounty could be whatever it is. Share it. Do not isolate at this time. You need to see and to be seen, to reflect and be a mirror for others in your tribe who are with you in this great transformation, this great process on earth. You'll surely have to sacrifice old patterns of limitation and control, relationships that have become burdens and have become you, but it's also kept you from your truth, right? So all that stuff that is like, those funky aspects of your life, clean them up, because that's part of your obstacles that are there, right? And this opens up the light of hope and compassion. And, and anybody who gets in your way, man, it's not about striking them with the sword. It's about having compassion and then stepping aside and say, excuse me, I got some work to do, and just move on. This hexagram ding is calling you to examine your thoughts and the clever ways you unconsciously manipulate your own thinking process and the thinking of those around you, right? Thinking, you manipulate yourself, and then if you want things to go, you're not in your truth, but you manipulate people around you. Either a teeny little bit or a big lot of it, right? To follow this call, explore where your ego has taken control. Where is your ego? How is it? Do you want to look good to others? Do you really spend a lot of time with that? You set your apartment up so it's going to look good to somebody, but it doesn't really suit you. Investigate whether you've accepted some old, harsh, dogmatic beliefs or behaviors. And have you accepted that as normal? It could be in your relationship, your business, your craft, or in the quest to join with the divine. It's a beautiful thing. Look carefully to see if you're harboring any old hidebound ideas about how those in friendship and judgment with you should behave. Here you sacrifice to the cauldron of initiation all your critical judgments and views, the views that you've defended in order to maintain the illusion of your superiority and control, because that's an illusion. We have no control. Thoughts are much more powerful than spoken words. Diligently now correct your thoughts. See where your thoughts are off base. Correct them. The result is going to be supreme success as you come into harmony with all around you. Now is the time to prepare for your personal transformation. I told you this hexagram was a big deal, coming at a very powerful time while Earth and society are in their evolution, right? We're coming to a new golden age, but we're in our evolution to become new. Earth, society, is all got to be in harmony. Gaia's got no problem with being in harmony with herself, right? Gaia keeps trying to be in harmony with us, and we must be in harmony with Gaia. Okay, what is Gaia? Gaia just represents the goddess of the earth, right? The protector of the earth. Like, if you say Gaia, what you're saying are all the trees, all the sentient beings, all the oceans, all the rivers, all the dogs, cats, everybody, right? That's Gaia. And that's the call that we're answering, right? Gaia's calling. And that's the voice that asks us to dump this critical ego, right? And look for it is, and see if anywhere in your life your ego is holding people in bondage, or you in bondage. As you travel in life, you'll encounter some real life gatekeepers that will keep you from your solace and your inner truth. There's the mythological Cerberus, the three-headed hound of the underworld. Or sometimes it's the rascal Pan, right? Just messing with you. Or the call of the siren. The call of sensual beauty. These things should take us off our path. And not that we shouldn't appreciate beauty and not to be rascally sometimes, but we got to get through that gate, right? You will, on this, encounter various and sundry ogres that can shapeshift to frighten you or seduce you or stop you in your tracks. When you come up against somebody who's a power, and you walk up and you can hardly talk to them, right? Or somebody you want to talk to, hardly talk to them. And that's one of these gatekeepers getting in the way of you having what it is that you want, and you recognize that, and you say, no, not going to get in my way. So now prepare for that, because when you make the commitment to clear the path to health and love and abundance and a deepening of spirit, have no doubt these gatekeepers will show up, and they'll try every trick they know to scare you. Try to get you into submission, but don't be fooled. Know that in your fate lies bravery. Right? The word fate, say, lies bravery. We're referring to this warehouse of power that we have, that I guess if we look at fate as bringing it to us, I use the word correctly. It brings the heart of the heroine and the heart of the hero coming up, because that's who you are. And it's all part and parcel of the alchemical stew that you've got brewing in that cauldron, where you and spirit are sharing the place to clear things up. You're cooking up the brew. This is going to take you to the doorstep of your dreams and desires. Yes. These things we call ogres, we call them obstacles, can come in the form of real, very real people who gain power over you, and who do not, for their own survival or on their own ego trip, don't want to let you go, don't want you to advance. And it could come in the form of your old depression, that one, or your free-floating anxiety that brings up doubt and fear. Okay. So when you're feeling that, you say, fuck, I'm having an anxiety attack. Or I'm feeling anxiety as I lay here. What is going on? It's just that there's things in your pathway you got to clear up. It can be done. You see, this is alchemy. And the I Ching is giving us instructions, right? On letting go of the old to come to it. Ding tells us right now that it's your job to recognize the dark gatekeepers. And what do? You stand up to them. You don't run away, and use the tools of inner truth and compassion that have been presented to you as you've walked your walk to confront these obstacles and make your serenity and your inner truth right in their face, right? They will shrink. Look at your fears. hear your ego's voice, right? If you look at your fears, you can hear that ego voice trying to fill you with doubts. Look, by knowing your goal of being of peace and happiness, push on and leave negativity in the dust. Push on. Go ahead and burn those bridges that kept you to the profane. Burn the bridges and let that light from those bridges light your way. Okay. To move past gatekeepers, find balance in your body, in your mind, and your spirit. These are the tools, see, because you got to be healthy. You got to eat right. You got to come into the place of correctness that we've talked about a lot, and correcting what's out of balance, right? And this power is going to come from being graceful, having integrity, having compassion, and kindness. Those are the magic words, right? Grace, integrity, compassion, kindness. Walk in nature. That's what we're doing today. Plant a garden if you can. Learn something new. Teach the children of love. Go deeper into your practice. Whatever it is, meditate. Laugh, play with the rainbow children who are all around you now. That's what's happening. See, these kids, these babies, these children, they're the rainbow children. You know, they have not been poisoned by so many years that the adults have. And so they're rainbow children. Play with them. Be with them. Listen to their truth as you laugh with these children who are all around you now. And that's going to help make the earth shift through the collective human will. In your own life, create fun ceremonies. Create loving ceremonies or dinners or picnics or laughter, things that will honor spirit. Now, you don't have to tell people, we're having a dinner party to honor spirit. You don't have to do that. You just do it. Have a little dinner party or a little gathering or maybe a book club or something to get people together. I just got this flash, and it's really important now that the women that you gather together at the full moon and drum and drum and drum, you will enter into a magic sphere where there are millions, maybe billions of other women that are doing the same thing on the full moon. All right. So what do the men do? Well, the men, they got trouble gathering together. It's bizarre. You know, it used to be that they could hunt together, there were wars, they could do it. One of the things about joining the army for me, man, was I wanted to be around, I was baby boy by, 17, but I wanted to be around other guys, and because I certainly was not getting that kind of thing in my life then. I lived in a bubble, and army scared the shit out of me, But it's part of the personal process where you find new realms, new people, where you release all your personal limitations into the unlimited, vast oneness. Yeah. This, by bringing all your bravery to the front, it's going to go to love, more knowledge, more abundance, and the sense that you can once again fall in love. And to fall in love with yourself, your true, authentic self. You'll be making this cosmic connection, and you're going to make an initiation. Again, the initiation is happening. Okay, initiation would be great if we got all these beautiful robes and, golden covers on tables and bells ringing and shit. But most of us are not going to get that. But we can have that in our life, in our mind, that we are coming through this. Remember where I talked about opening up the center of the brain with the crystal prism? And coming into this place, we're going to a happier, more confident way of being on the earth. That we're confident of happiness as we correct our thought patterns. That's really important as you make this transformation. Don't hold on to any judgments. Just dump them. No grudges. Ooh. No jealousy. Ouch. That's ugly. Or anger. By doing any of those things, you give strength to that dark side, that critic who says you're worthless, you can't do it. You're too small, you're too tall, you're too fat, you're too thin. Your dick's not big enough, your dick's too big, you have big breasts, you have little breasts. It doesn't, you're the wrong color. I'm white, you're black, I'm orange, you're brown, I'm whatever it is. That's all that judgment. Let go of that stuff. Dump your prejudice. If you find yourself coming into being prejudiced, look at it and take it apart, because what lies below the skin is you. It's you. And anything that you don't like or you're judging, what you're doing is you're seeing a part of yourself. You understand? A part of yourself. And that can be changed, right? Because that's what this whole cooking in the cauldron is about. So that's a place at the cauldron. For us, it's a virtual cauldron, and we make offerings. We make sacrifices. When you're doing that, you're going to be directed, if you listen easily, on this road less traveled, where all is new and all is fresh. You will be lighter, you'll stand taller, you'll feel the breath of life's fresh air. Be love. Hold a light in your heart. Give just enough. Learn to receive just enough. Love is just around the corner every day. Be the love that you desire. In la kesha lakin. I am the other you. And I like it that way. Yes, I do. I send you all the love I can muster down here at the 20th parallel. It's hot. This reading was hot. It was good. Good information, man. I had to laugh now, so I'm going to say man. It's everybody, right? It's come up at the right time, everybody, for us, right, to hold the light in our heart. And remember that with other beings. Hello, goodbye. In Lakesh Alakin, I am the other you. Ooh, yeah. Namaste, wonderful goddesses. Namaste, wonderful men who are doing their work. Namaste, y'all. Bless the children, play, laugh. All of it, you're remembering who you are. What do we say? I say, aho! Let's do one together. Aho. Aho! Yeah.